Hello, Americans, and welcome to another edition of Litter Media Live. It is September 17th of 2025. I'm Dan Ramey. He's Mike Smith, and over there is Mr. Hand 2, chillaxing in his normal position.
I wonder if anybody other than Paul Harvey ever used, "Hello, Americans." Of course, he said his name.
Yeah.
Dan Ramey used it just now.
I mean, somebody
Famous.
other than, that was Paul Harvey's daily
Yeah.
introduction. Dan doesn't use that every day.
There was a period of time where Glenn Beck used to say, "Hello, America," at the start of his program. I used to always say, "Hello, Chillicothe," at the start of our radio program.
7:30, I said, "Good morning, Chillicothe."
Yeah.
This is the 7:30 report.
And when I lead service at church, I always walk up. If it's the morning service, "Good morning." And if it's the evening service, "Good evening." And I usually do that until I get a decent response from the crowd, which usually does not include throwing tomatoes at me. So, and they usually respond back. We have one former first elder, long time. He is a pillar in our church, Dave Nicely. Used to be a pipe fitter working at the paper mill. He sometimes will beat the crowd to the punch. I'll stand up, I'll pause, and I'll say, "Good morning," and I won't get morning out before he's like, "Good morning." The fun we have as we start our daily show here on Litter Media Live. Coming up, we'll take a look at news. We'll take a look at sports and this station history, which had a last-moment change. Details coming up. But first, our forecast.
When weather is boring, it's the same as it was yesterday. Sunny, mid-80s, overnight lows of 64.
Second verse, same as the first.
Or what's the other, rinse and repeat. Yeah.
Right. Play it again, Sam.
We just need some rain, Lord. If you can help us out there, we'd appreciate it.
He would be the only one to be able to help us out on that. Yes. But it's going to be a little warmer. So temperatures will be near 90 degrees towards the end of the week, which
Great.
means
Football.
we'll be out at football games, and there will probably be cramp delays and everything, and that's just for the reporters walking the sidelines. Coming up in a moment, we'll get you caught up to date on what's happening with news. But first, we want to tell you about Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. Is there a problem with the furnace? Is there a problem with the AC? Is there a problem with the heat pump? Is there a problem with the water? You bet they can take care of all that. Water softeners and all kinds of stuff through their plumbing as well. Find out more by visiting their website, which is accuratehvac.com. Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
Tecumseh. Fascinating. Captivating. mesmerizing, Tecumseh.
And soon there will be Haunted Mountain. That will take place every weekend in October with the Mothman. Yeah. You'll be able to see that show up on our screen here a little bit later on, so keep watching the program to learn more about the Scioto Society's The Mothman Experience. Time to take a look at news for us today. And we start with a tour that we took yesterday. The Litter Media cameras were given a little walkthrough with Jen Thomas there. She took me inside the new building that they have at the Ross County Humane Society out on Lick Run Road. My favorite part was when she was seeing the siding that had just been placed on the back side of the building. She hadn't seen it yet.
And then these are, they must be getting a big, nice door. And
this is probably where the intake will be for the animals when they come.
The siding is on! Oh my God, it looks so good.
Obviously, this is your initial side of this.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. I'm crying. Why am I crying? That's crazy. Holy crap. Man, does it look okay with the stone?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't want to do like it has a little bit of gray in it, and I was worried about doing like a gray siding with a gray stone. I didn't want it to just be gray. Oh my gosh, it looks so good!
Describe your feelings right now.
I'm overwhelmed. Like we're getting closer to like actually like being in the building instead of me just saying we're getting a new building, we're getting a new building, we're getting a new building.
It's here.
I know. That's wild.
And of course, we went on in the rest of the building there to take a look at everything. It's really fun to see how this has gone through its transition of they still have the old building. I was in there yesterday, and I was walking through, and they had a spay-neuter clinic going on yesterday, so it was busy as all get out. There was hardly a place to park, but the construction continues. Don't have a completion date. I have a feeling it's going to be sometime later this year. It seems like whenever we talk about it, it gets pushed back, so I didn't want to pin anybody down on a date per se, but sewer, all that stuff, they're still putting a lot of the in-ground stuff in as well. But if you want to see that, it's now on our YouTube channel. You can see it from beginning to finish, and pretty incredible. Plus, we also have videos. Just type in Ross County Humane Society, and you'll see some of the progression from where they were putting the trusses in for and everything. So, and the campaign to get this all started. And as she said, I've been saying we're getting a new building. We're getting a new building. We finally are seeing this structure come together, and very much looking forward to seeing what it's going to be down the road.
The 84th annual Jackson County Apple Festival is now underway. Now, today only, between noon and 4, free rides for the, kids of all ages, compliments of Adina Health. The Apple Festival in Jackson runs through this Saturday. I think for many years they were touted as the largest lighted parade in the world. And
Is that right?
I think that's on a Saturday night, if I'm not mistaken. But Jackson County Apple Festival.
You would think, as long as I've lived in Southern Ohio, I would have been to I've never been to the Apple Festival.
Well, this time of year, there's a lot of festivals in our area that had to be covered. So,
absolutely.
But head on down to Apple County.
Something that happened earlier this month was the Paint Valley Alcohol, Drug Addiction, and Mental Health Services Board with their awards program. They're proud to announce the recipients of this year's Recovery Celebration Awards, presented back on September 9th at Bell Manor in Chillicothe. Officer Justin Everhart, crisis intervention advocate, Natalie Kraus, mental health advocate, Ross County post-overdose response team, the substance abuse disorder advocate. The peer recovery supporter advocate is Cheyenne Doherty, and also the Community Champion Award went to Captain Michael Short, and the Tom Johnson Award to Renee Rittenhouse. Congratulations.
And we posted all of that also on our Facebook page if you didn't get a chance to catch all those names. Join the Pickaway County Park District in partnership with the Mound City chapter of the Archaeological Society of Ohio for Archaeology Day. It's coming up on September the 20th at the Pickaway Park District headquarters in South Bloomfield between 11 and 3 p.m. Now, this is open to the public. Professional archaeologists will be available to answer questions and help identify any artifacts that you might bring in. An adult must accompany all children under age 12.
The artwork of local older adults will be showcased at the Area Agency on Aging District 7's 43rd Annual Art Show. That'll be September 22nd through October 17th down at Bristol Village's Glen Activity Center on East 5th Street in Waverly. The Area Agency on Aging District 7 recognizes Bristol Village for their partnership in hosting the event for the third straight year. Participating ages are age 55 or older. We're eligible, Mike.
I was just thinking that.
Aaron, sit over there with your feet up. You got to wait a few more years. They have entered artwork, of course, for this show. Have these items on display at the Glen Activity Center daily. The public is invited to visit at any time to see the artwork and also vote for the show's People's Choice Award.
I'm certain that if I entered, I would get that award. Do we still have my Chrysler Building rendition I could take down?
It's been deemed obscene.
It would probably be a little tag under, this does not represent litter media.
There would have to be a disclaimer of some sort for sure.
Check that out. That also has been saved to our Facebook site. Ohio University Chillicothe invites the community to participate in its Community Education Workshop Series. These non-credit workshops engage participants in fun, hands-on experiences, offering opportunities to learn new skills, explore their creativity, and discover new hobbies. Ohio Chillicothe's Community Education Workshop Series includes stand-up comedy with our buddy Lori Graves, grant writing with Kim Jones, DIY skincare products with Adrian Russell, acrylic painting with Stuart Beverly, and line dancing with Patricia Slade. I probably ought to check with my daughter. She's been taking line dancing lessons.
Has she?
She probably needs to check this out. See if she wants to participate. Our road report, just a reminder of things we've been talking about here over the last few weeks. Resurfacing project on US 23 between State Route 207 and 35 continues through October 20th, where both northbound on and off ramps for the US 23 East Main Street interchange is closed. Detours are posted.
You can drive through on Charleston Pike, though. Managed to do that yesterday. It seems a little odd because they've blanketed the traffic lights there where you normally would stop on the other side of the underpass or the overpass, and it's just kind of funky. So, but do proceed on, especially if you want to go out to the Humane Society, because that's how you get to Lick Run Road. Coming up, a look at sports in just a moment. But first, we want to tell you about the clearance sale for Skag at Hometown Motors Incorporated, 818 Eastern Avenue in Chillicothe, your store for the great outdoors. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. We've been talking about this for several weeks now, but the inventory continues to be really, it's kind of like a liquidation type sale in some respects, I would think. If you have not seen these prices this low, you'll never see them this low again. They've lost their minds down at 818 Eastern Avenue in Chillicothe. Get more details when you go to our website. That's hometown-motors.com, or better yet, stop in and see for yourself at Hometown Motors Incorporated, your store for the great outdoors.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world with multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Mark came to the Adena Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc. Minimally invasive spinal surgery got him back to what matters most. At Adena, we do what we love, so you can too.
Now that's one fast mower. Take command of your lawn with Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower.
Time for sports, and we're taking our radio back to Pickaway County again. It's the Litter Media Game of the Week. Fairfield County's Amanda Clear Creek, which is kind of like right on the edge. It's a Pickaway County, Fairfield County school, it seems. They will be traveling over to Circleville to take on the Tigers at Tiger Stadium, and we'll be there.
Airtime at 6:50. Again, our Haynes Total Healthcare Center High School scoreboard was exclusively on Litter Media X last night because of our website issues. Circleville Lady Tigers have won their 4th straight MSL golf title. Isabel Perini wrapped up the MSL Player of the Year honor for a 2nd year in a row. In the FAC on Monday, Chillicothe girls won that league crown. We were talking yesterday. We knew the match had been held but had not yet seen any results. Well, now we know that the Lady Cavs pulled out as the championship winners for this year.
We can look at both of these and say congratulations to CHS.
That's correct.
Circleville High School, Chillicothe High School. The Reds could not figure this guy out last night. Michael McGreevy limited them to 3 hits, and they just couldn't. It was like Friday night all over again against the Oakland Athletics. Blanking the Reds were the Cardinals, 3-0. The rubber match will be determined tonight. Guardians won their 5th straight, and they are still 2.5 games out, from what I understand, of the American League West. Had a 7-5 win over the Tigers. Reds, by the way, are 3 games back of the Mets in the National League wild card race.
So we're all becoming Guardians fans because the Reds are probably not going to make it.
No, Mike's becoming a Guardians fan because he jumps on the bandwagon. So.
Hey, if the Reds can't do it, we'll go elsewhere.
Yeah. I saw the score, and I thought, Mike, go to bed. And it didn't work last night.
Actually, I turned it on. They were behind 3-0, so I turned it off. So thinking that maybe they'll rally if I'm not watching.
That was my hope when I saw the score as well. All right, coming up in a moment, this date in history. You think you know something. Mike didn't know this. He learned something this morning.
Well, actually, I knew it. I just didn't know it was today.
He'll share details coming up.
And speaking of details, custom tank colors and wraps can be put on your propane tank. Litter quality propane tank, that is. Find out how a propane tank can be beautiful at litterpropane.com.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary.
Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
This date in history takes us back to
1873. Before it became known as the Ohio State University, Ohio State University first opened for students on this date. At that time, it was known as the Ohio Agricultural and Mechanical College. Just doesn't seem to have the same ring to it, does it?
I want to say that if you look at the Ohio State seal for OSU, that is still in there somehow.
Yeah.
I think they still reference to that.
But it seemed to me the year that I see on the signage up there was 1870.
Yeah.
So 1873, that has me confused, as a former classmate of mine used to say when we were in elementary. I'm confused about that, Mike.
Perhaps the date delay might be this is when it was actually copyrighted, or maybe this was when it was actually inscribed.
Or maybe they were building it by 1870, and the first day of class was 3 years later.
I don't know.
Well, of course,
it very well could have.
How long did it take to? And that building in that image there, I don't know if that's still standing or not. Do you remember seeing a structure at Ohio State like that now?
As much as it changes at Ohio State, there's always something being constructed. Mm-hmm. So I imagine it's probably been torn down and something built on its original spot there.
Very well could be.
It doesn't look familiar to me. No.
Yeah. So Ohio State celebrating a birthday, first day for students.
Perhaps someone from the Ross County OSU Alumni Association would be
Bob
able to
Neal, are you watching?
Answer that question.
We could use Bob's help, the real Bob Neal's help on that.
Yes.
But agricultural and mechanical. Mm-hmm. I knew the ag was a part of it, but the mechanical, what would that be? Tractors and whatever else.
And today it'd be engineering,
Yeah.
It's like
right.
I couldn't figure out what Ramtech stood for. Mm-hmm. And I always had to ask whenever I was doing something for Pickaway Ross CTC. And I was like, what is Ramtech? And it's robotics and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So the robotics and mechanics. So there's your mechanical part there, too.
We had, when I was in school, I took industrial arts, and they used the term mechanical a lot with that, too. So maybe that's all part of just the engineering as you talked about.
That's where we got to use saws and hammers and all that kind of stuff.
That was dangerous. Yeah. I actually, my daughter, the couple of things.
I had no problem. I did lose a thumb.
Yeah. Some of the things that I made, I still have at the house. And
I do have a thumb.
My daughter came in and she said, "Where did this come from?" And I astonished her by saying, "I made that." And she said, "You made that?" Because she's seen a lot of the things that get fixed around the house. It's my wife does it. Our doorbell went kaput.
Yeah.
And I was going to just forget it. Let's put one of these. I mean, we even had an electrician come.
Tell me you don't have a tool belt like Cliff Huxtable.
We had an electrician come that couldn't fix it. But my wife went out and fixed it. She was a farm girl. She lived on a farm.
Plus, she watches all those home fix-it shows and everything.
Yeah.
Probably knows how to
that
do
and the cooking shows. So, yeah. Her horizons have expanded on cooking. But the problem is her horizons, I want my kitchen to look like that, expanded too.
Did you get a leather kit in industrial arts?
Well, yeah. I think you could put stamps in the leather and all that.
It was the 7th or 8th grade, but I remember getting this kit, and the box was, it was a big box, and it had pieces of leather in it. You could make belts, you could make wallets, you could, and it had all these little stamp things. You take a hammer and pound on there, and you put people's names in there and the whole deal. I have no clue whatever happened to all my stuff that I had.
Yeah.
But I remember making a dog collar for my sister's dog and made a wallet and everything as well.
I thought maybe you were wearing it with the spikes. The late Kenny Putnam was my industrial arts and shop teacher.
Yeah.
And I remember that when the first day in the shop where all these bandsaws and all, I remember him saying, don't fear the equipment, but respect it.
Yes.
Respect it and make sure you're careful with everything that you do.
I can't remember the first industrial arts teacher's name, and I can't remember what happened. He had to leave for some reason, had health issues. I don't know what the case was, but I remember that very first day. It was when I had heard for the first time the phrase "family jewels," because each one of the workstations we had a vise at the corner of it, and I remember him explicitly standing over the vise and saying, "Fellas, make sure you put this handle down here because of an."
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yep. I can't remember. I remember my other teacher was Brad Purdon, but I can't remember the original guy's name. I apologize for forgetting that, but I do remember that line.
Yeah,
certainly. All right, we've expanded the show to where we probably shouldn't have gone today, but it's how it goes. We appreciate you watching and tuning in today. We have a special edition that we had earlier this morning with Aaron Alsop talking about the upcoming Dance for Kids' Sake on October 18th, and we have one scheduled for tomorrow. I'll let you share this because you promoted it last week.
What are we talking about now?
Oktoberfest.
Oh, that's what Tiffany's going to be talking about.
Yes, we gave her that week. I messaged her and I said, in case you're watching the show today, you're not in until next week because Mike gave you a quick announcement today. So we are scheduled with Tiffany Baldwin tomorrow from downtown Chillicothe. Oktoberfest is this weekend, so you don't want to miss out on that.
She'll talk about the wiener dog races too?
She will.
From Petland?
There they go.
Yes, sir.
Look at those little links fly.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for today's program. Back at it again tomorrow with another edition of Litter Media Live.